This is the PMA Show.
Welcome back. This is still the PMA Show. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you are just coming in, you missed a beat, but I'm still on set with Wole Oni, the amazing producer. And so interesting, you are the first ambassador to Yamaha in Africa. Talk about that.
Well, the glory of God, that happens to be the story now.
Wow. How did you get
Okay, a couple of months ago, I was called upon to come for a meeting, even though I'd met Yamaha last year in Nigeria. They came for a workshop, and then they brought their own people to come and display the keyboard. But of course, because you don't understand the African terrain and you can't interpret the music in African way to an African man who loves dance, who loves rhythm, who loves to be happy. So in that kind of gathering, it was okay, but I was called for the meeting and they said they've been watching, trying to follow a track for me for 10 years. So, and they called me and said, okay, well, do you want to be part of, do you want to join us? And I said, why? I said, well, first in Africa, they haven't done that before. So I came on board and I was endorsed. And that's it. And I've done quite some numbers of demonstrations with them, not even in Nigeria only, outside the country, and they were more than glad. Because amazing. They were blown off that an African person can understand the instrument and use the instrument, not just to understand, but use the instrument appropriately, and interpret it differently to what they are used to.
So there was no audition or anything?
No, the audition I think they had was a conversation to just talk about, because they had gone online to see.
They've been checking your work
exactly
for
about 10 years. So that's
wow.
That's what's
Are you the best producer in Nigeria?
In Nigeria, I don't think I glide in Nigeria anymore. I glide in the world now.
Talk about it.
Yeah, because the list came out about 4 months ago after I released a Yamaha video, which I think you want to show.
Yes.
Montage video. That was my own series of display. After the video, they rated me at one of the best 10 in the world.
Best 10 in the world.
Yes, one of the best 10 in the world. Thank you. So it wasn't just Nigerians. Nigerians just a small portion of Africa, and Africa is a portion of the world. So I operate in that spectrum.
Do you feel lucky?
I feel blessed, not just lucky. I feel blessed and graced by God.
Because sometimes you just feel like there's some guys who have been working like before you came into the, on stage, and then they stand and wonder, how did he get there? How did I get there?
Many people ask that question.
Think it's God's favor.
Of course. Who else will be behind it if not God?
Right.
Yes, God. But also, God gives us a lot of opportunities, gifting, but if you don't fine-tune it, just like the case of a man with 10 talents and 1 talent. So if you say, oh, I can only clean, I can't do more than that, and you leave it behind and don't do anything, definitely you're not going to make any headway. But if you have it, you polish it, you enhance it, and you make it become a blessing to the world, definitely it will come back to you.
Some people feel when you touch a music, it becomes famous.
I think that's grace. There's something they call oil. Which is
that true?
Yes, that's how I think it's being done.
How do you make that happen?
Nothing is done by my power. Nothing is done by my effort. Yes, I do my practice, do my praying, do my fasting, but I think beyond that, it's just a grace that's been given without any measure of your level of input or spirituality. I think it's just God's given grace. Just like you had David in the wilderness, that was going with the sheep and all that, and was able to conquer Goliath. It wasn't David's effort per se, even though yes, he had means of getting that happen. So I think for everyone who desires to have extraordinary grace, some things must be in place. Of course, your parents, how much they prayed for you when you were younger, and how much investment you also have done for yourself, both physically and spiritually. All of that would aggregate to something and amount to something in the future.
Is it automatic?
Nothing is automatic. Everything in life is in succession, is in different phases.
Tell me how it happens. Someone comes to you, record a track, and it just like, it's a hit track.
Okay, I'll tell you one secret. The secret is from the heart. You must do everything you're doing from your heart.
There's so many music, good music, and nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes, you know, if you don't communicate with your heart,
Yes.
you're not being sincere with your music you're doing, you can't go far. Because you see, for you to touch another human being, there was something that you're going to transfer, which is the energy that is in depth in you. And if the energy is crafted with God's power, definitely it would transcend into somebody else.
Wow, Wale. Because this is getting interesting. Some people feel your music, if you want to record a track, you are the most expensive producer in Nigeria.
Well, let me ask you a question. For people who have such mindset to say something expensive, you know, to buy a Rolls Royce, and you know to buy, let's just say, a G-Wagon, for example. That's a high-end cars, or to buy a Toyota Advances or a Toyota Corolla. They're both cars. They move you to where you're going to go to, but the comfort is there. But let's talk about investment now. Music is an investment. If you see it as that, nothing is too much to invest. I mean, when people say you are expensive, it means that even themselves, when they are being called for a show and they are being paid a very handsome kind of money, they will say, oh, it's too much, don't pay me, it's too expensive. Oh. So is that what will be their question?
No.
Or their answers? Yes. So it's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
You understand? So because you go to the five-star hotel, the same water you know that they sell for 100 naira in town, you buy it for 1,000. They think you're stupid. No, but what you get from it is long-lasting.
And the value you've placed on yourself.
Right.
It's very, very important.
So the value is very important.
People can't pay you for what you have not placed value on.
Exactly. And I keep telling people sometimes, you know, when you can't put in your egg in one basket, some people want to do, for example, they have 100K, for example, and they want to do 20 tracks with 100K. And at the end of the day, none of the track is substantial enough to stand alone. It's just a waste of money. Why don't you put all that resources in one and do one thing that will give you results?
Wow.
So that's how it is.
That's how it is. What's your vision for upcoming artists? Someone is watching you right now who desire, I want Wale Oni to just touch my music, but I don't have that much money.
Okay, let me tell you one thing. My vision for every artist is that they prosper.
Yes.
Or beyond that is that they find themselves to do their own work. People don't want to go through the story to get the glory. You must go through the process. You can't start today and expect to have the old words rushing at you. You want to be the next Nathan Bassi or Sinach or what have you. I mean, I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
Nathan Bassi was one of my horns players back in the days. Yes, he just comes to play horns and nothing more. But of course, he had the spirit of excellence in him, so you could tell it's going somewhere. So many people today don't have such spirit. They're in a hurry to release an album, to do a launch, and I see that majority of the artists who are trying to come out there, their aim is to do the album launch, and after that, there's no vision. So what are you working for? So I tell people, let your vision be long terms. Let it be, you want to influence the community, the kingdom. You know, you want to be, you know, like a game changer. You want to bring something on board to help the young people. Because you look at the minds of young people today, they've been inculcated with so much junks. So by the time you find that they are growing so old, they have nothing to offer. So what are we doing as an artist, as producers? So what kind of music are we chunking out? What kind of message are we sending out there? So it must be a positive message to change the world. Wow. So that's my vision, that we find a place that everyone can have a message that can change the world. Not all about the money. Yes, the money will come if you do it right and God blesses you. But that's not the end of the world. Buying a car, buying a house, all those things are, I see those as just an incentive to what it is that you're going to get. So the main thing is to influence it positively and let your music become a source of healing, source of, you know, blessings to people.
What would you say makes a hit music, a hit song?
Okay, there are three factors. The first factor is God factor. Okay. Second factor is the song factor, if it's a good song. Then the third factor is the public factor, which is, I've heard, I don't want to use the word rubbish, but some very not so good kind of music and it's everywhere. So sometimes the timing of a song, the location of where it's been released, also the God factor also is key on it. So having a good song, if you want to do it on your own way, so be able to have good writing, good lyrics, something very catchy, something very easy to sing along. And then from the African perspective, something rhythmic, that can influence dance, can influence happy mood and all that. Yes.
That's it. So if I want to record a song, I should look into those factors.
Yes, and then get a
Especially
good producer.
And get a good producer.
Such as
because
myself.
that is I like that. You see,
Yes.
that is just an advertisement right there. I like that because, and it's true. Earlier on, I asked you who is a producer, because there are some. I believe that there are so many producers who have been able to help artists interpret
A lot of
their
stuff,
songs.
a lot of time.
And there's so many wonderful songs because they don't have good producers. The
just
song,
die.
it can't be interpreted, and then it just died before it was even born at all.
Yeah.
So it's very important, the point you are making. Get a good producer, even having put all these things
Yes,
together.
you're right.
It's getting interesting. I'll take another break. Okay, I'll take a break and I'll be back to round off with Wole Oni. I want to know what's next in his plate. Is he married? Is he single? Is he searching? Because he's handsome looking. And after that, I'll be back.
This is the PMA Show.
Welcome back. I've been on set today with Wole Oni, an ace producer, songwriter, the first ambassador to Yamaha in Africa. You have done very well for yourself. Okay, before I go on, are you married?
Yes, happily married.
With kids?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, and I also want to know if you are a big boy.
What's a big boy?
A big boy, big car, big house, living in Lekki, Lagos Island.
Okay, if that's what it
flying.
is, well, I think if you can afford it, you're a big boy.
You're a big boy. Is it a sin to be a big boy?
No, it's not the same.
Who's a big
God
boy?
wants us to prosper above all things. So I think it's very expedient and very nice for every believer. If you're hardworking and you put God first and you acknowledge Him in all your ways, that you experience all of those blessings and prosperity. So there's nothing wrong in being blessed by God.
There's nothing wrong
There's
in
nothing
being
wrong,
blessed.
you know.
There's nothing wrong in being a
In fact,
big boy.
it's a good sign to strengthen other people to see that your God that you're serving is actually very interesting.
I actually love your philosophy.
Thank you
You're
very
not
much.
afraid to flaunt who you are.
No.
You know, you just want to put it in everybody's face. I'm good, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Glory to God for that.
Thank you, Wole Oni, for coming on the show. It's been
Thank
an
you.
inspiring time. Is there anything we are looking forward to?
Several things coming up.
Okay.
I'll just tell everyone who's watching right now, just look out. Also look out for your song, because that's
All
like the
right,
next
yeah, that's the
blockbuster.
next, that's
Yes.
the next we can
So I
wait.
have
Yes.
a lot of projects coming on. I'm a UN International Youth Peace Ambassador. Maybe I didn't put that to you.
Oh, wow.
So I communicate peace, language of peace and love to young people, and how to be hardworking, how to be diligent, how to be consistent, how to use your gift and how to use your time to be a solution to the world rather than be a trouble to the world. So that's what I do. I preach the gospel of positivity,
Yes, wow.
of peace. So I'm also
I really
doing
love
stuff.
that. Do you do that? You have
Yes, I
conference
do.
for the
I do public speaking, so I talk to a lot of youth, young people. Some, because these days we find a lot of people who have this get rich quick syndrome.
Yes.
So to tell them that if you don't work hard, you just want to get rich overnight. Some people will say, I have 30 billion in my account. How possible is that? What do you do? How do you get that? That reality. So don't be fooled by anybody who's trying to sing that to you as a song. But of course, we can be optimistic about what God can bless us with, but not to then make people feel that if you don't work, you can reap. But that's a wrong philosophy.
Wow. That's very deep right there. And it's really good because that's just a little diversion from your production job to be able to affect, because that's what a lot of our celebrities are not getting into. They just maintain their celebrity status without using it to the advantage of the nation. So I love that right there. Should keep it up. Are you mentoring any set of people, set of youth, maybe?
Well, in fact, I became a mentor before I realized that I'm actually mentoring people. I have a whole lot of mentees.
Wow.
Many people on my Facebook, on my Instagram say, oh, you're my mentor. Some people will see me and give me a seed, a love seed.
Wow.
I say, oh, sir, take this. You've been very so. Thank you for what you've been doing. Been following you. You have inspired me. You have influenced me. a whole lot that I don't even know. But I'm glad that what I'm doing in my corner, in my own kind of confinement, is going out to the world to be a blessing to people. Yes. So,
what's relationship with other producers, music artists in Lagos, Nigeria?
well, I'm like Breeze.
Like you're in your world?
Well, not essentially that I'm in my world, but also I relate with them. For those of them that are not,
So open.
Yeah, so I'm open to a lot of them.
Okay.
Most of them, some of them are my friends. We relate when we see as program. We discuss. Even other producers that are younger or older, I work with everybody.
Wow.
I work with everybody.
Amazing. Okay, Wale, any challenging moment in your life?
Challenging moment in terms of my work. Sometimes it's not to have a sleepless night. You know how that happens sometimes. You have deadlines, you have deliverables to attain, and you can't get those done by sleeping. So you have to be on your toes, working. I won't say 24 hours a day, but of course, like you're spending like 19 to 18 hours in a day working in the studio. And sometimes when other people are asking you, let's go and wine, let's go hang out, and you say, no, I have work to do. So it's a good problem. It's a good challenge for me. It's a good problem. Yeah. So I love what I'm doing and I enjoy what I'm doing. Other than that, the challenges that I also see that is not only common to me is the fact that people don't have sponsors. There are many gifters out there, many talents that, you hear their vocals, their voices is like the voice of an angel, and like, how come you're not out there? But nobody's to sponsor them. I can't do it all. I can only do my bits. So if there are sponsors or if government, I don't know. I think I'm tired of saying about government because sometimes government...
Maybe people in their environment. And then, I know, when you have that kind of burden, God will just make a way somehow. Exactly. You an ambassador to Yamaha, anything can happen. Yes. Opportunities every day. So let's just look forward to that.
Definitely.
If you're not producing music, what other thing will you do?
I'll be going shopping.
Going shopping? Is that a job?
Yes. Or go see a movie, or not only music, or cook. I like to cook sometimes, but my food are crazy kind of food. So I cook junks.
You'll be a bad cook.
But trust me, my food is very tasty.
Oh my goodness. Bottom line, there's nothing you can do apart from production. That's just it. You know what?
Life, right?
Wow.
That's my life.
That's really amazing. Maybe you could go for a modeling. For just on the runway, making your money, traveling to New York and all that. So you love shopping?
Yes, I do.
Do you ever get broke?
The Lord is my sufficiency.
This guy has answers for everything. And he will just put it in your face. Flaunt it in your face. He's not apologetic about it. Thank you so much, Wale, for coming on the show. This is just the beginning. It can only get better from here. So I wish you success in all your endeavor. Thank you, everybody, for being on the show today, for joining us. I'm going to ask you to connect with us on social media. Can you subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this episode? And you can also like our page on Facebook, the PMA Show, on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Let's do business together. Let's know what you can offer. This show is all about inspiring people. It's all about telling you that living in victory every day is God's will for you. Anything contrary to that is being challenged on this show. So I want to tell you, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are lovely, there be any virtue, there be any praise, think on these things. Take your mind off the stress and the struggle. Concentrate your efforts on the side of life that is working for you. Life runs in binary, good and bad, back and forth. So concentrate your efforts on the good side of life, the side that is working for you, and everything will be all right.
We're going to say thank you for watching and stay tuned. God bless you. See you next time.
Woo! That's an endorsement right there. You just helped me close the show. How about that? That's beautiful. So from me and Wale, we say bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Okay. Meaning that those who have been in the trenches, survived battle, and come out on the other side have I may be calling for script.